Okay, so good afternoon to all. Thank you for spending some time to join my sharing about the thesis writing using LaTeX. Okay, so I noticed there are several new student, master and PhD, and a few of the student who already submit the notice of submission. So this talk is very important for you to know how to format your final thesis. So you must focus on my sharing today. So you're going to apply LaTeX in how to format your final thesis before you submit to Universiti Malaysia Sabah. So this is my slide. So in my front cover of my slide, I show this one, the garis panduan penyerahan dan penulisan thesis. So this is the guideline for all postgraduate students in UMS to prepare your final thesis. So UMS, they have their own standard how to format your final thesis before it can be published as part of your graduation requirement. So this is me. I'm Jekyll, Dr. Jekyll. So this is my contact. So I will be giving you the sharing about LaTeX, and I have been using LaTeX for the past 10 years, starting from my master study, PhD, and until I become a lecturer. Because most of the journal article that we need to publish also need LaTeX. So for this talk, I will focus on how we can use LaTeX to format the thesis so that you can submit your final thesis to UMS without any issue. So this is the table of content of my talk today. I will briefly introduce to you what is the Gaya Penulisan UMS, which is the standard used by UMS in preparing your final thesis. And then I will explain what is LaTeX, and then the document structure based on the general structure in the software that we're going to use, and then some basic idea about the formatting using LaTeX, citation, bibliography, conclusion, and demo. All right, so why LaTeX? I'll explain further. So I will begin with the introduction to Gaya Penulisan UMS 2021. So this is the latest standard or guideline for all postgraduate student UMS that currently are preparing your thesis. You must obtain this book from the Center of Postgraduate Studies website. So I attach several examples of the formatting for your final thesis. So I took this picture from the guideline. So the guideline include the cover page for your final thesis, such as the margin for the title, your name, and the faculty. And then after the hard cover, which is the front cover, you have the first page of your thesis, which is the soft copy. Okay, so this is the standard for the margin, the font size, and the alignment that you must follow. So I just go through. So based on the standard, there are many tedious tasks that you need, the requirement that you need to follow, like the margin, especially the font size, and then the alignment of your words, which word need to bold. There's a tedious task for you when you prepare your final thesis. Okay, so this is another example. You see different page in your final thesis letter. They have different format, like the margin, the alignment, the spacing, the word size, everything. And then if you go to the postgraduate, the Center of Postgraduate Studies website, they provide you the template in Word file. So let me show you the example. So this is the Word file for the thesis template, which is they upload to the website. So this is the example. So one issue or problem with this template is that you need to manually edit everything, including the margin, the size of the word that you use, and then you need to make sure that you use the correct numbering for the page. For example, for declaration page, certification page, you need to use numbering in Roman number. And then for the content, for example, the chapter 1, you need to use for the first page for every chapter, you must know how to hide the numbering. And then the second page for every chapter, then it show the number. So it's very tedious. All right, so it's very tedious. You need to spend a lot of time how to edit, how to format your thesis if you use the Microsoft Word. But if you have a lot of time, then you can totally focus on the formatting, okay, formatting your thesis. So for today's talk, I will introduce to you the LaTeX. So what is LaTeX and how it can be beneficial to everyone, okay, beneficial to everyone. So let me share, okay, this one, the slide. Okay, so I will just brief because this slide I will also share to you later on after the end of my sharing. Okay, so what is LaTeX? So you need to understand that the Microsoft Word is a software for you to do the drafting, okay, for you to write the report without any format, okay. So you can do the format manually, but it takes a lot of your time, okay, it takes a lot of your time. So what is LaTeX? So LaTeX is a typesetting system that commonly used for scientific and technical documents. So for the academician around the world, they use LaTeX for preparing the journal article, a technical report, and so on. And some university in the world, they use LaTeX to write their thesis. Okay, so in UMS, if I based on my observation in UMS, throughout all faculties available in UMS, there are very few students or faculty that use LaTeX. And for information, since I joined UMS, FKI, Faculty of Computing, in 2019, so this is my first task. I developed a thesis template in LaTeX for the use of faculty. So before this, before you learn about LaTeX, this is just a sharing. Many of our, your senior, which is already graduated from the studies, their report, the thesis, they cannot submit to the Center of Postgraduate Studies directly because of the formatting issue. So please take note that after you finish the pre-viva at the faculty level and you pass your viva voce in the Center of Postgraduate Studies, you're going to submit the thesis. But the final thesis that you're going to submit to the university must follow the standard. So many of your seniors who already graduated from the university having issue with submitting the thesis, which is the final thesis, the hardcover, because of some of the pages did not follow the standard by the UMS. So this is why you need to learn about LaTeX. So LaTeX allows precise control over formatting, equation, table, figures, and references. So in the template that I developed using LaTeX, I already declare all the margin, all the font size, all the spacing for every single item, right? Including the equation, tables, figures, and references. So no need to worry. So you just need to learn how to use the template that I will share later. So LaTeX is highly preferred for research article, thesis, and academic papers due to its professional layout and versatility. So this is the benefit. So many universities in the world prefer LaTeX because of its professional layout. So these are the three benefits that I already touched, and I'm going to highlight on few things such as superior typesetting for complex mathematical equation and formula, and also the referencing. So one thing about LaTeX is that when you write a formula or mathematical equation in Word, the formula that appear in Microsoft Word usually doesn't is not in the consistent form. Okay, so when you write the equation, sometimes the numbers or the symbol that you use is too big or too small, it's not consistent. And then for the referencing, when you cite a paper and you include the paper in your literature review chapter, so you need to manually do the referencing. For example, if you cite a paper, okay, maybe I give you some example. Okay, so when you write a paper, okay, for example, I show this paper. So when you cite one paper in your literature review, okay, so like this, all the numbers, which is represent the reference number. So for the numbers that I highlight here, 3, 5, and 6, you need to manually add it to your reference list over here, and you need to sort all the references in ascending order. So you need to do a lot of manual work for the referencing. But using LaTeX, everything can be done automatically. So that's one of the benefit that I want to highlight. Okay, so consistent and professional formatting, this one already guaranteed. Okay, but the thing that can help you in preparing thesis when you use LaTeX is that it can make your mathematical equation or formula consistent, and the references, the referencing and bibliography all can be managed automatically. Okay. So now I will go into the structure. So in general, in LaTeX, document structure consists of document class, which is the main format which I already developed, the class declaration, and then there consists of use packages. Okay, use package. This LaTeX packages is optional. So some students, if their thesis include many stylish font or many stylish of writing, you can manually find the package that's suitable for you and install the LaTeX. Okay, so this one is used package. And the document class just now that I mentioned, this is the brand of your thesis, which I already developed. So you no need to worry about the formatting, starting from the margin, the table, the figure, everything, no need to worry. Okay, so after that, begin document and end document. So inside the begin and end document is where your main text which is the content of your thesis. Okay, the main content of your thesis. And inside the begin and end document, they're split into several sections and subsection. So this is the general LaTeX document structure. You have the brain. Okay, you have the brain for the final thesis. Then you can add on the packages if you want to make your report stylish. And then inside the begin and end document, all the content of your final thesis. So now the formatting. So formatting about the text, equation, figures, and tables. Okay. So formatting for text, for example, if your report consists of bold word or italic word or underline, so this is the command. We use slash text BF for bold, text IT for italic, slash underline for underline. And if you want to use a superscript and subscript, so this is the command. So no worry, I will show the example later. And in fact, you can just simply use the AI tools such as the ChatGPT to assist you how to convert your thesis file from one chapter into LaTeX, okay, into LaTeX. So they will automatically help you. So no worry. So this is just some command that you should know. The text BF for bold, text IT for italic, underline for underline, and then this one for superscript and subscript. Okay. So next is the text in list. So how to make a list of item. For example, your introduction chapter consists of scope of study. And the way how you present your scope of study is in bullet form. So if you want to use the bullet form, like this example, so this is the command, okay, begin itemize slash item for first word or first line or first paragraph, and then slash item for the second and the third one. Okay, so itemize. And if you want to use the ordered list, which is for your problem statement, okay, problem statement number 1, number 2, and number 3, we use this command begin enumerate, and end enumerate. So this is the command. So you can just simply replace the 1, 2, and 3 with your text. Okay, just copy and paste from your draft in Word file into the LaTeX. Okay, so how about the new line and indent? So in Microsoft Word, this one you can use like the enter button on your keyboard, and also when you press the tab on your keyboard. So in LaTeX, they use commands such as a new line and indent. So for new line, they use double slash. Okay, so let's say this is the first line, and then followed by the second line, but you want the second line go to the next row. So you can use this double slash for the new line. And if you want to skip one row, for example, this is the first paragraph, then go to the second paragraph, you can just use double line twice. And then to make it indent, like you press on tab on your keyboard, so you use the slash indent. This line is indented. Okay, so this is one of the command. Okay. And for the equation, which can help you to write equation in consistent format, we use a $sign in front and at the back if you want to write the equation in the text. Okay, if you want to write the equation in the text, so use the $sign. And if you want to display the formula, we use begin and end equation like this. Okay, begin and end equation like this. And for figures, they consist of several commands, but it's just a repetitive if you have many figures. So the only thing you need to focus on is the letter inside the close bracket over here, which is the H. Okay, so for the command to insert figures in the LaTeX, you need to follow exactly like begin figure slash centering, include graphics, slash caption, and label, and then end figure. There are 5 rows. And then this letter inside the close bracket is where you decide where you want to add the figure in your report. H means, okay, later I will okay, so H means you add the figure here. Okay, you want to add the figure here. So let me show some example. Okay, let's say I use the Word file like this. Okay, this one is just a sample. Okay. Okay, let's say in your Word file, okay, that you are going to copy into the LaTeX. Let's say this is the figure. Okay, the figure is appear at the top here. So if you want to copy the words and figures from the Word file into LaTeX, and you want to make the figure appear exactly the same position as in the Word file, like this. So you're going to use this command. and inside the close bracket, you use the letter H, which is put the figure here. Okay, H means here. And there are another letter such as T, B, and P. T means you want to fix the figure at the top of the page. P, you want to place or fix the figure at the bottom of the page. And then for P is where you want to put the figure inside the page without any text. Okay, just a single A4 paper with a picture on it. So then you use P. So H is the exact location where you want to add the figure. T at the top, B at the bottom of the page. P is the figure only without any text. Okay, so same goes to table. So table, they use the same letter H, T, B, and P, but to create the table, it include many lines, because in table, usually in table in Word, if I show you the example, if your report consists of table like this, okay, let me go to, okay, sometimes the table consists of many rows like this, okay, and you need to decide this row consists of has the border or not. Border means the line at the top and the bottom here. Okay, so this is the first row. So you can manipulate whether you want to add the line at the top and at the bottom or not. Okay, same goes to like this. This is how you make how you create in Word file. Okay, so in order to add table into the figure into the LaTeX, you need to follow this command lah. So inside this command, after you begin table /centering, begin tabular is where you declare how many row and how many column for your table. And then the H line represent the line at the top, and then include with the title of the table, okay, the first row, and then the H line, which is the line at the bottom of the title for the row or the table. Okay, so it's a bit complex. Okay, so for this one, you can easily ask the ChatGPT or any AI tool do for you. So no worry. So this is just a template. So let me demonstrate the example now. Okay, let's say you have a very complex table like this. Okay, a very complex table like this. Actually, you can just copy this table from Word file into ChatGPT or any AI tool and ask them to convert into LaTeX lah. So you can just write a simple prompt like convert this table into LaTeX. Okay, so this one very easy. So I believe most of you here, I think everyone here using AI tool for preparing your manuscript or report. So after you ask ChatGPT, for example, then they give you the command like this. So this is the command. So no need to worry. So you can just simply copy and paste into your LaTeX letter and you compile it. Okay, so you can compile it. So it show a very professional thesis later on. So I will demonstrate the full document later. So this one I just demonstrate how you can utilize AI to convert any table from Word file into LaTeX. Okay, because the table in LaTeX is a bit complex, a bit complex. But once you have this code and you paste into LaTeX, it gives you a very nice table. Okay, believe me, I will show the demo later. Okay, so citation and bibliography. So this is one of the best thing if you use LaTeX. Okay, where you can automatically cite the paper, and the bibliography, they can just follow any reference style that you want. Okay, but for UMS, the reference style they use is APA format. Okay, hope that you know what is APA format. I will show the data. So for citation and bibliography, if you cite any paper, just use a simple command such as cite and then curly bracket, parent cite or text side. There are 3 different variations I will show later. So what is or when to use parent side, when to use a text side, I will show later. And then the bibliography, this one already included in the template, no need to worry. So this is the style for UMS, APS side. And then it just generates all the list of papers that you cite in your report. So no need to worry. And then this one is where you prefer bib item. So bib item is usually if you write a short journal article. Okay, so I just show the example here, but this one is not included in our thesis template. Okay, so conclusion. So LaTeX offer precise control and professional formatting for scientific writing. Okay, so mastery of LaTeX can significantly enhance the quality of your research article or your thesis. Okay, so this is one of the this section show where you can download the text maker and make text. So we are going to learn use these two. Okay, so text maker is the editor. Make text is where the supply of the packages if you want to make your report stylish. And we have the website for the tutorial. But nowadays we have many AI tools like ChatGPT. So if you face any error or any issue with LaTeX, you can just use the ChatGPT solve the problem for you. Okay, so now I focus on demonstration. This one is very important. So this session is also recorded, so no worry if you miss any point when I present my slide. Okay, so you can watch it again. So please allow me to open the file. Okay, so in the WhatsApp group, I already share you the link where to get the template. Okay, I store the template in Google Drive, and the link I already shared to WhatsApp group and also a widget. So you can find and download the template inside the Google Drive that I shared to you. Okay, so template, okay, I put in zip file here. Okay, so once you download and you extract the file from this zip file, so you're going to get something like this. Okay, something like this. Okay, okay, you see? All right, so maybe let me adjust the view. I think it's a bit small. I mean the display of my laptop screen. So let me change to 150 so you can see clearly inside the folder. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is the template in zip file. After you extract, then you get this. Okay. So once you open the folder, you will shock and see many files inside the folder. Okay, there's many files inside the folder. So all this small little file is actually the format for the thesis that I already create, and some of them are figures, just a sample figure, and then you have the text sample chapter 1, the text sample chapter 2. So in the template that I developed, I split every chapter into every file, text file. Okay, so one thing about the LaTeX is that when you write chapter by chapter, for example, you are currently finalizing your chapter 1. The chapter 2 and chapter 3 and the remaining of the chapters, you can just turn off for a while and you can focus preparing or finalizing chapter 1 only. So that's why we have many chapter here in .text. And if your report consists of more than 5 chapters, you can just simply create a copy of this file. Okay, you can right click, make a copy, and then you can just simply make a copy like this, and you must rename the chapter 5 into chapter 6 if your report consists more than 5 chapters. Okay, so this is all the file inside. And this is the sample thesis after being compiled. But for now, you not yet compile yours. This one is just the original. So this is the final thesis after you compile all your file later. So it's very nice, looks professional. So no need to worry. It's very easy. Just copy paste from your Word file into the LaTeX template. Then it will automatically generate like this. Okay, so no need to worry about all the page number for the content. Okay, so you see, so title, declaration, certification, all use Roman number. So all this automatically generate for you. So no need to worry. No need to find where is your list of content, where is your list of table. No need to find. And then for the chapters, you see, so all the numbering automatically generate for you. Like the section 1.1 is located at page 1. And then the statement of objective is located in page 2. So all this numbering automatically generate for you. No need to worry. When you click the file, okay, the file that generate by using LaTeX, then automatically go to the page where you click the statement of objective. Because the LaTeX that I developed contain the marker. So when the examiner want to read your thesis, they just click. For example, they want to know about the methodology 3.1. The examiner can just simply click on it, and they just show the section directly. So no need for the examiner to scroll over and over again, because if the examiner having problem with reading your report, usually it will affect how the examiner give or assess your report, how they give marks. If you make their life difficult, so they will give you a lower score. So this kind of psychology lah. If you use LaTeX, it makes the examiner life easier. If they want to go to chapter 5, they just click and they just pop to chapter 5. This one thing that can only be created by using LaTeX. Okay, I believe using Word is also the same thing, but the consistency is not the same lah. Okay, so this is the example, the sample. Okay, and then one last thing I want to highlight that using LaTeX, so all the list of references at the last page over here, okay, no need to manually sort all the papers in ascending order. No need. You can just copy and paste the list of the papers that you cite in the chapter 2, for example, and all here will be automatically sorted for you. So, okay, automatically sort for you. So once you cite this paper, then they will put the C is between A and D, for example. Okay, so all these are made automatically. Okay, so now I introduce to you the software. So hope that everyone already watched my YouTube video on how to install the text maker and LaTeX. Okay, so this demonstration, I'm going to show you that the text maker after being installed. So this is the software, text maker. Okay, you can just search it, TEX. So this is the editor. Okay, this is the editor. And the LaTeX, if you write MIK, LaTeX console, once you install, so just leave it, because this is where the packages that you're going to use is stored. So you just use the text maker to call all the style from the LaTeX. So just focus on the editor. So you open the text maker. So this is the interface. So on the right side will be where your thesis in PDF will be shown here. And on the left side is where is your editing. So before you begin to open the template that I create, okay, you need to make sure that you configure the text maker. So configure is like this. You go to option, okay, at the first at the top here, go to options, configure text maker. So this is the only thing you need to change. The bib text, you change to Bieber Bieber percent. So this is the compiler for the reference. So how to make the reference look nice and automatically arrange or sort at the last page of your final thesis. So make sure when you go to option, configure, go focus on this section, bib LaTeX, and this one originally is bibtex. This one originally is bibtex. Bibtex percent AUX. This is the original. But we don't want the bibtex compiler. You change to bib percent. Bib percent. Then click OK. So once you already configure, that's the only thing you need to configure lah. Other than that, maybe you want to change your editor. So once you firstly install the software, usually the font size is small. Okay, let me open for you. Open the template. Okay, so let's say I click File, I click Open, and then I'm going to open the template where I download. Okay, this one. Okay, so when you open the template, the only thing you need to find is the sample thesis.txt, because this is the main body of your thesis. The rest, just ignore all about the style. So this is the main body. Okay, sample thesis.txt, you open. Okay, so this is the LaTeX. The LaTeX is the language that used to format the thesis. So on the right side is the view of your report or final thesis. Okay, so originally the size of the LaTeX on this side is small. You can adjust the font size to increase font size from 10 to 12 if you want. So it make it bigger like this, clearer for you to edit everything. Okay, and at the bottom here, if you want to close this PDF viewer, you can just click over here to close it. So you can edit everything over here, and then after that, if you want to view, you can just click it. Okay, so for the first time after you open the template file, you need to compile it, whether you can compile the content or not. Okay, this is the first time. Okay, first time to compile. So the compiler that we're going to use consists of two types. Okay, you can click over here. We have to focus on the zLaTeX and the bibtex only. The bibtex is only the word over here, but the compiler is Bieber. Okay, the compiler that we already configured just now is Bieber. So to compile the template, just focus on zLaTeX and Bieber. Okay, so let's say I change the title of this report. Okay, let's say this title is the original, the sample. I want to change the title. So let me copy from this. Okay, let's say this is the title. Okay, let me make it font size, uppercase. Okay, let's say this is the title of your report in Word file, which is the draft. So the Word file for your report, just ignore the format, just ignore. So all this only store the content of your report. So this is the LaTeX for you to format so that it follow the thesis guideline by the UMS. Okay, so now let's say you want to change the title from Visual Analytics to the new title. You can just simply delete the title from the sample and replace it with your title in thesis. So once you edit one section, you will see there's a star on this side, meaning that this is the new file. So to view the new changes on this side, you need to click on the zLaTeX to compile. Just click it once. Okay, it takes some time. Okay, it takes some time to compile this. Okay, So the first time, once you compile, it will give you some error. Just ignore the error. So click LaTeX, compile one time. This only happens for the first time, all right? No worry. And then go to LaTeX, compile it. Okay. LaTeX once, LaTeX once, and then go back to LaTeX. Okay. So once you see the word error here all blue, then means it's successful. Okay, so you can click this button to view PDF and see the changes over here. So you see the title already, once you copy and paste, they already adjust to the font size that's suitable or follow the standard of UMS, and then they just make it like this. Okay, so if my title here is a bit long, that's why they make it into 4 rows. So the word like this because we need to comply with the margin for the front cover of your final thesis. Okay, let's say I want to change the name. Okay, I want to change the name. Okay, so every time you do the changes, actually you can do all the changes at once, then you compile, or you edit one by one. Okay, so to be safe, since you're still new, you need to avoid any issue with the code. So you edit one by one and then you compile. So the next compiling process, no need to go to BibTeX anymore, only one time. The rest just LaTeX once. Then you compile and then you view, then the name is changed. Okay, the name is changed. So all this contain the front cover of your thesis. All right. Okay. So the rest you can just edit one by one because for the sample, I provide the front cover and then you have the first page of the thesis, which is the soft cover, then the declaration. So all the name, once you change your name over here, the author, the rest will change to your name. You see, meaning that no need to change the name or you type your name in every pages in your final thesis anymore, including the title. It's automatic. It's automatic. Okay, the Viva date. Okay, let's say your Viva date is on today. Let's say 21 of March 2025. Okay, and then you compile LaTeX. Okay, we change the Viva date from 23rd March 2021 to 2025. Okay, it takes some time. Okay, so you view, then so it changed over here. Okay, so everything you need to just simply change on the left side. If the title you change, so any pages that consider about title, all out will be changed automatically. Okay, and your name also, every page that consists of your name will be changed automatically, including the metric number, the date. That's I think that's all. Yeah, for the front cover, the information for your thesis. And then if you want to change the name of your supervisor, you can change it. Okay, let's say I change to my supervisor name. And then if your supervisor is only one, okay, you can just simply use the symbol percent to close it, to close the code. Okay, to close the code. So your supervisor is only one. Okay, I close this core supervisor using the percent symbol. I compile LaTeX. So it takes some time because I actually this sample that consists of many files. So that's why, yeah, it takes some time. Okay, and then you see, it already changed over here. I already closed the core supervisor. Okay, so everything will be changed automatically lah. All right. So for this sample thesis, this is the main body. So now I will explain further what file or what. So how about the chapters inside this body? Okay, this is the body. Sample thesis is the body of your LaTeX for thesis. So inside here, we have the acknowledgement, input or acknowledgement, where you want to acknowledge your supervisor or your family who support you throughout your PhD study. So this is where you write the acknowledgement section. So since this is the body, it's not the place where you edit the acknowledgement, you need to open another file. Click File, Open, and you find the acknowledgement.tx. So this is the component or the small section where you can edit your acknowledgement section. Okay, so this is the small section, small file for the acknowledgement. Okay, so this is where you edit. Okay, and then let's say I okay, let's say I write something. Okay, this is the original. I write something just to show you the changes. Let's say I write XXXXX. So once you edit the acknowledgement file, please remember, this is not the file that you need to compile. This is just a small component. Okay, small component. So after you edit the acknowledgement.txt, you just simply save it. And when you compile the changes in any file that's separate from the main body, so you need to go back to the main body, which is the sample thesis, then you compile. So we just compile the main body. So any changes to the separate files, such as the acknowledgement, the abstract, the chapter 1, chapter 2. So you need to go back to the main body, the sample thesis, then click the LaTeX and view. Then you see the changes is here. The changes is here. Okay, acknowledgement. And same goes to abstract. Let's say you want to edit the abstract, okay, or you want to copy the abstract from your Word file into the LaTeX. So it formatted like this. So you can go to File, Open, and find the abstract, which is this one, sample abstract.txt. You open. So this is the component or the section for your abstract. So you go to your Word file, you copy your text, copy, and then copy, and then go to LaTeX. You just simply replace everything that written here. So control and paste. This one, remember, this is a small component file, so it's not for you to compile. So you replace the word with your abstract, save it, go back to the main body, and click the LaTeX. So the reason why I develop LaTeX like this is that once anything happens, like error, we can easily identify where is the error. Is it from the small component or from the main body? Okay, and then after I compile, we view, then you can scroll down and see the abstract is already changed like this. Okay, you see? Now already becomes mathematics. Just now it's about the IT research, now becomes mathematics. Okay, so this one for abstract. And then for Malay version, abstract also the same. Okay, now I will go into the chapters. Okay, now I will go into the chapter 1, chapter 2, and so on. Okay, so if you go to the left side and you scroll down, you will see main matters. And here I put all chapters. So this is where all the input from your chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 until 5 is linked to. Okay, let's say you want to edit your chapter 1 only. Okay, you want to edit your chapter 1 only. Please make sure that you use the percent symbol to close the other chapter. Okay, let's say you want to focus on editing your chapter 1 only. Please close the other chapters so that you can easily identify if any issue or error happen. Okay, so input sample chapter 1. Remember, this is the main body. The thing that you want to check, you want to edit is your content of chapter 1. go to File, Open, and you find chapter1.txt over here. So this is the separate file of your chapter 1. Okay, separate file of your chapter 1. Okay, let's say I want to copy and paste all my introduction section. I want to copy and paste all my introduction section. You can just go to your Word file, highlight your text in chapter 1, right click, copy, and then you paste or you replace over here. Okay, let's say introduction, I only edit, I replace until here lah, let's say. Okay. Okay, since my example here actually from the journal article, actually they consist of many sections lah. Okay, so let's say, okay, to make it simpler, let's say I copy paragraph by paragraph. Okay, let's say I take this first paragraph from the Word file, I right click and copy, and then go to LaTeX. I just simply replace the first paragraph. Okay, so I already replaced the first paragraph, and then this one I save because this is the separate file, and go back to the main body, LaTeX. Okay, LaTeX, and then it takes some time, and you view. Then you go and see your chapter 1, it already changed to mathematics like this. Okay, so you can do one by one paragraph or one paragraph, or simultaneously copy and paste everything from your Word file. But one thing you need to be careful is that for the guideline, from the guideline of UMS, your chapter 1 thesis, make sure that every paragraph, they have some spacing in between. You see, chapter 1, spacing, introduction, spacing, this one already automatically set for you. I already developed the code for this. The one thing I want you, you need to be careful is that for the spacing between paragraph, let's say the spacing between paragraph number 1 and paragraph number 2. So to ensure the spacing is consistent with the guideline from UMS, make sure you keep on copying this code. Double slash, close bracket, baseline, skip, indent. This is the command between the paragraph. Okay, let's say I already copied the first paragraph. Okay, so I copy this one, put here. Now I copy the second paragraph of my paper or my draft. I copy this second paragraph, copy, and paste over here. And then if I want to go to the third paragraph, make sure that you highlight this command, copy and paste over here, to ensure that the spacing between paragraph is consistent. So that one I cannot create for you lah, for the template, because this one need your manual adjustment, need to repeat the same command over and over again. So this one is the spacing between paragraph. And now I go for the third paragraph, copy. Okay, copy. And then I paste over here. And then I'm going to copy the command for the spacing again. So you're going to do this every time you copy the paragraph. Okay, and then this is the fourth paragraph. I copy, then I put here. Okay, so let's say I copy up to here, and then I save this file, and then I go to the main body. I compile using the LaTeX. Okay, so you will see it's the consistency of every paragraph. Okay, so you see this one only 2 paragraphs, not yet changed, but just now I copy 4 paragraphs. Then you will see the difference. Okay, so the introduction is here. You see, chapter 1. Okay, this one first paragraph consistent the spacing. Paragraph number 2, paragraph number 3, and number 4. So this is the benefit of LaTeX lah. It make it consistent. Okay, so sometimes you see the word here is like it over the margin. So this one we cannot avoid because of you use the dash. So you need to replace the word, or you need to rewrite the line over here so that this word is doesn't over the margin lah. This one order doesn't over the margin lah. This one is just accident. Okay, this one just accident. Okay, but for now like this. Yeah, for now like this. Okay, and then the 1.1 show the bullet form. Okay, just I mentioned earlier during my the presentation. So here already provide the bullet form where you can put the motivation in bullet form. You can just simply replace the word inside it. And remember, if you edit any chapter, make sure you just simply save it. Okay, save it using click this button. And if you want to see the changes on PDF, go to the main body, sample thesis, and click the LaTeX, and you can see the changes. Okay, so that's about LaTeX. So everything repetitive, everything repetitive. Okay, so that's for chapter 1. Normally, the chapter 1 only consists of the bullet form and then figure. Okay, so about the figure, okay, I will show you the example, the sample. For the figure, you see the command is here. Okay, the command is here. So I will explain briefly about this command. Okay, this command, they begin figure and then HBT exclamation. So it's here bottom top, not bottom, meaning that it, okay, since the figure is between text and text, example. Okay, meaning that section 1.4, the figure is between paragraph 1 and paragraph 2. Okay, so you can put this letter here, bottom and top, exclamation, meaning that the figure is strictly between the two paragraphs. Okay, so and then we have the, okay, so this one, the green is the name of your file. So when you add the figure to your LaTeX file, please make sure that the include figure, and then after the close bracket, and this one inside the curly bracket, the word inside this curly bracket is the same name with your file or image file. So let me show you the folder. Okay, so this one is the image. Okay, this one is the image. Okay, this is the image. You see, green.png. So green is the name of the image, and PNG is the image file type. Let's say I change the green into, or maybe I use different image. Let me look at my gallery. Okay, I take this one. Okay, let's say I use this example. Let's say you have a new figure to add to your chapter 1. Let's say I name this figure as test. Okay, T-E-S-T, test. This is a test figure. I want to add another figure into my chapter 1.4. Okay, now I have the first figure 1.1. Then I want to add another figure next to it or below it. So I just simply copy this command, copy this, and then I paste over here, and then the word inside the curly bracket in line with the include graphic, I change to TEST, test. Okay, I save this chapter 1. I go to the main body, I compile. Okay, now we only have one figure. Now I add another one. So you compile. Okay, okay, this one, there's some, I think I did some error. Begin figure everything. Okay, maybe the caption, I changed the caption. Test. Okay, let's say I rename the caption. I save. Okay, go to the main body. I compile. Is there any issue with it? Okay, so test TEST is over here. Okay, and then I go to my chapter 1 TEST. Okay, let's say I use a different name because let's say I use test 1, 2, 3. So the image name is test 1, 2, 3. Let's say I change the name. Okay, include figure. Oh, okay. My mistake. This one is more for the mini page. Okay, so this one is not this one, not this one. This command is for the figure here. This one, figure 1.2. Okay, this one is figure 1.2 is another style where you add two figure in one position like this. So the one that we need to change, we need to use is this one. This one. Okay. I say I copy this command. I add the figure. Okay, and then the figure is figure name is test 1, 2, 3. Test 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the label, okay, this one. I change the caption, test 1, 2, 3. So we focus on here. Okay, this is figure 1.1, which is this one, the framework. So I'm going to add another figure below it. Okay, this is a small chapter. I save it. I go to main body. I compile it. Okay. Okay. So you see, I have added. Need to compile it twice. Okay. So we go to the picture that we add just now. Oh, too big. No wonder. Okay. So sometimes the image is too big like this. Okay, so you need to do some ratio or image scaling. You see, I use scale 1. Okay, scale 1. Scale 1 means if the image is bigger pixel, it will just add the original picture to your LaTeX. So you need to do some scaling. Let's say I make it into 0.25. I do the scaling. So the original size I reduce to 0.25. I save it, go to main text, I compile it. Okay, so this one of the common issue lah. For the image that you're going to add to your thesis, you need to do some scaling so it fit your margin. Okay. Okay, so we go to introduction and okay, you see, test 1, 2, 3. So this is how you add the image. So one thing good with the LaTeX is that when you add the image in the chapter 1, and then you can do the scaling. So the figure here, they automatically generate the caption after you type the caption on here, left side. And then when you go to your list of figure, they will generate the list of figure numbering for the test 1, 2, 3 with the page number. So when the examiner want to look at this figure, examiner can just click it and they will go to this image. This one of the benefit of LaTeX lah. It makes the examiner easier to find the image and access your thesis easily. So same goes to you. If you have complete your final thesis and you want to keep it for your just for your reference in the future, when you want to look at the previous image, you can just go to the list of figure and click directly on the PDF file, and it will lead you to the picture. So this one of the best thing about the LaTeX lah. All right. So this is about the image. Okay. And then this one. is the list of references. Okay. All right. The bullet, I think this one you can experiment later on. Okay, let's say in chapter 1, I want to add a table. Okay, let's say I want to add a table. The table after this figure 1.3. Okay, so usually if add a table, your table format in Microsoft Word is like this, and you want to make sure that your table appears exactly the same like what you want in Word file. Okay, so the code for creating the table in LaTeX a bit complex. So this is where you can use AI, copy the table from the Word file, paste to ChatGPT, then they give you the code, right? Okay, so you can copy the code here and then go paste into your chapter 1 here. Okay, just simply paste and then you save, go to your main body, and then you compile it. Then you're going to see the changes. Okay, now our figure 1.3, there is no table at the below it. And I already add the table from the ChatGPT, the code. Okay, so this one, what is the issue? This one is one of the issue you need to troubleshoot. Okay, maybe the table is a bit complex. Okay, multi-row is the issue with the multi-row. Oh, okay, multi-row. Okay. Okay, let's say you compile. Okay, this one I will share my experience using LaTeX. Okay. So this one I know what's the issue. Okay, just imagine you are doing your final thesis by your own using the LaTeX, and suddenly you encounter this error because of this error. Okay, multi-row, everything here. Okay, so you can search multi-row, how to or what package that is needed to allow multi-row. Okay, so you can just use the ChatGPT, for example, to find out what package that you need to install in your LaTeX. Okay, so this is how we can do. Okay, so you need the multi-row package. So once you find some problem, you can use AI to find the suitable package for you. You copy this, use package multi-row, and then you go to your main body. This is where you learn how to add the package, special package for you. Since multi-row is a stylish table, so you need to add manually over here. Use package multi-row, and then you compile it. So in the end, after you complete your final thesis, I believe you're going to use a lot of packages because different students, they have different style of the presenting your report. Okay, you see, after I install the package, I already solved the problem. Now I'm going to view the report. Then you see, I already add the table here. And this table actually it generated using the ChatGPT. And if you don't like this table, you can, if you already get used with this, okay. So let's say you don't want the line, the vertical line. Let's say you don't want the vertical line. So you can just simply delete the begin tabular here. This a vertical row here. You can just delete like this. Okay. The line that separates the C is actually the line that will appear in the table on this side. The number of how many you repeat the letter C is actually how many column. So here consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 column. So make sure you have 7 C on this side. Okay, this one I save, and then I go to the main body. I compile, then you will see it will look nicer compared to the vertical line over here. Okay, I will. Okay, so the last Okay, you see. Okay, and then you still have some issue with the line, you can manually solve it lah. Okay, you can just tuning how to make sure you can get the table that you want. Okay, so I delete this one C and delete this one, the line between the C. Okay, let me compile it. I think already it already look nice after this. Okay. Okay, then go to page 17. You see, it's no longer contain the vertical line. So this is your table. You use ChatGPT to convert your table from Word file into LaTeX, and then you just fine tune how to make your table look nice in the final thesis later on. So this is for table. This is for image. Okay, so that's for the chapter 1. Okay, now maybe I want to open the floor. Maybe if you have any question before I continue with the citation, referencing, and I think the last thing I want to demonstrate is referencing using the bib text or bibber. Okay, for now, is there any question from the floor, if any? Any question from the floor? Maybe you are preparing your final thesis and then you have issue or you have question how to convert this to LaTeX for now. Okay, no for time being, it's okay. All right. Okay, no for now in learning curve. Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, so now I will continue with the chapter 2. Okay, so actually the referencing like citation and then the bibliography. So all the bibliography usually happen in the chapter 2. Okay, let me show to you. Okay, let's say now you already finalized. You have finalized your chapter 1. Okay, let's say you have finalized your chapter 1. You can close it, and then now you open the chapter 2. Now you focus on editing your chapter 2. Okay, so let me run this for a while. Okay, so once I close the chapter 1 and I open the chapter 2 as an input in the main body, then the image, the table that appear on the right side is gone. Wait, it's gone. Let me compile it again. I already closed chapter 1, now only chapter 2. Okay. Now I focus on the chapter 2. Oh, okay, okay. It's okay, it's okay. You see, chapter 1, the teacher review. This one is accident. Okay, let's say I just open chapter 1 and chapter 2 lah. Okay. Because the numbering, actually, they always start from 1. Okay, let's say I already finished chapter 1 and now I open the chapter 2, but I don't want to close the chapter 1 because I want to see the numbering. Okay, let's say numbering is like this. Okay, so here is the chapter 1. Okay, you see, we already finalized. Imagine we already finalized, we leave it. Now I open chapter 2. Okay, chapter 2 is here. You see, they already start number 2 here. So it's nice. Okay, so inside here is where you will cite a lot of things. You will use the citation, the reference, the APA format, which is tedious lah. Okay, so when you edit your chapter 2, you need to have one thing. Okay, let's say I open the file chapter 2 first. Okay. Okay, let's say in your chapter 2 you have you want to cite. Yeah. Let's say an example. Okay. Let me open the Word file. Let's say this is your thesis draft. Okay. Then I go to my second chapter. Just a sample. Okay. Let's say I want to add this. For example, Mohibi and Dagan. Okay. I want to add this statement from the citation into my chapter 2. I put it at here lah. Okay, I put here lah. Okay, so I already add this statement, which will change this side. Okay, so let's say I save this. So this is the statement from what you have written and also what you want to cite later on. Let's say I copy the text first, and I want to see whether the text already appear here or not. Okay, so where is it? Okay, so the text already here, already copy. I already copied the statement from where I read, but I want to cite who said that this Mohibi and Deegan proposed the method. For example, I want to cite it. Cite means you want to create some link where when an examiner click it, they can go to the list of bibliography over here. This one, list of references. Okay. So the first thing you need to do is that, okay, the first thing you need to do is that you need to open the bibliography or references.bib, which is your bibliography. So this is where all the information about the paper that you have read and you want to cite in your chapter 2. Okay, so all here is the bibliography in the bib text format. So how to get this? So you can just simply go back to your draft, your thesis draft. Okay, the same Mohibi is this one. This is the title of the paper. You can copy. Okay, the bibtext command here, actually you can get using Google Scholar. Okay, let me open the Google Scholar. Google Scholar. Okay, let's say you want to copy the reference for the paper, this one. And then when you click Cite, here they will offer you several formats, MLA, APA, everything. Okay, but the one we need is bibtext over here. So you click bibtext, they give you the code for the LaTeX. You copy this, okay, copy the code in bibtext and then paste into your bibliography. You just simply put it anywhere. Don't just ignore the sorting. They will sort for you automatically later on, but we need the information on it. Okay, this is Mohibi. So this is what we so call the ID of the paper. ID of the paper. So every bibtext, they have the ID for the paper, like tracking. Excuse me. So you copy the ID of the paper. This one you save. Go to your chapter 2. Over here, you write /CIT. Cite. You want to cite the paper. And then you paste the ID of the paper over here. And then you save. Because this is a separate file. So you cite this paper. Then you go to the main body. So in order to compile all the paper that you cite in chapter 2, make sure you click bibtext. Okay, so you click LaTeX one time. Okay, this one just to check whether you already create the citation, the function or not. Okay, this one is over here. Okay, it's still number 8. Okay, so this one, oh, okay, not yet view. Okay, you see, I already add the paper ID over here. Mohibi 201 2010 high. This is what we so-called paper ID. Okay, so we click LaTeX to enable the paper ID, and then click bibtext in order to convert the paper ID into citation format. for the we follow the standard UMS, and then go to LaTeX again. Okay, we click LaTeX one time to show the paper ID, and then we click BibTeX to generate the style. I mean the tracker on the paper ID, and then we go to LaTeX to compile, to finalize, or to compile the format. Okay. Then you will see it will be like this. Okay, can I view now? Okay, so Mohibi 10. Okay, so it's wrong format. It's not this one. It's not this one. So what we want is okay, not site. This one. Okay, this one you need to use parent site. Let me show you the parent site. What is parent site? Okay, let me compile this. You see, parent site is like this. There's a bracket like this. Okay, parent site. So there's a two type of citation. If you read the guideline from the UMS, okay, the thesis guideline from UMS, there are two versions of how you can cite a paper in your thesis. This is one of them, Mohibi and Deacon. Okay, this one is one of them. This one bracket usually we put at the back. Okay, usually we put at the back. Let me show you the variant. Okay, this one you can read it from the guideline from UMS. Okay, if you want to use the citation style in bracket form, you use a parent site, okay, like this, and then I show you changes. This is the correct format. Okay, so parent site is where you put the author and year in the bracket, and the bracket of the author year you put at the last of the sentence or the paragraph. Okay, so this is the first version. Let me show you. So this is the first version for the Mohibi and Dagan in bracket. Okay, so it takes some time. Okay, it's normal. Okay, so this is the first version. You see, for example, Mohibi and Dagan over here. Maybe I can make it larger to 80%. Okay, you see. So this one is one of the style where you cite the author. Okay, where you cite the author in bracket. And another version is that where you put author but year in bracket. Let me copy one text. Let me copy one example. Let's say you copy one text from here. Okay. Okay, I take this text. Then I copy here be the second version. Okay, and then the paper for Gunarslan. Okay, I need to find the title for Gunarslan. Gunarslan, copy the title, go back to Google Scholar. So Google Scholar is for you to find the BibTeX for the LaTeX. So it's consistent for your final thesis. Go search your paper and then go here BibTeX. Copy this everything, copy, and then go to your bibliography or reference, copy here. So for chapter 2, you're going to repeat this process over and over again, because if you read many articles and you're going to format it for all articles, so you're going to repeat the process for many times. But in the end, the final product is nice. Okay, this one I save. Go to chapter 2. Now I want to use the second version is what's text site. So parent site is author year in the bracket. Text site is author but year in the bracket. So let me show you. So I forgot to copy the paper ID. So paper ID is Gunaslan 2021-6. I copy this. Go to chapter 2. Go here and share. All right. So I save this. So paper ID. So go to the main body. First, I want to look whether the paper ID already generated on the PDF. Okay. So go to here. Okay, the paper ID already generated, but empty citation. Okay, so go to BibTeX, click compile once. Okay, and then go back to LaTeX to see the changes. Okay, so chapter. Okay, you see? To reduce computational times, Gurnaslan, and then the year in bracket. So we have two versions of citation if we follow the standard by UMS. If you use the author year in a bracket, we put it at the back, and then the command in LaTeX is parent side. And if you want to put the author but the year in the bracket, because this author in front of the verb, Gunaslan use the combination. So this one we use the text side, the second version. So there are two types of version from the guideline UMS. So you need to remember parent side for the last citation. Text side is for in front or in between. So there are two versions. And one thing good about the LaTeX is that they help you sort all the reference that you have cite and put here. Okay, you see, Gunaslan is G, and then the Mohibi is M. So they sort everything here. Okay, so imagine you have around 50 articles in your list of references. Imagine, and you want to sort from A to Z. It takes a lot of your time. So using LaTeX, everything will be done automatically like this. And then it has some kind of style like this, which is we follow the standard. Okay, so yeah, this for the chapter 2. So the chapter 3, chapter 4, everything the same. It's just the combination of how you add the figure, how you add the table, and also the reference if you cite any paper in the chapter 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so I already covered most of the thing. So the rest will be based on your experience. So how you're going to write your thesis in Word file, and then you want to format into the LaTeX before you submit to real examiner, then you can experience all this. And actually, if you have already the first chapter or second chapter complete, you can already start to format it like this using LaTeX. So you can just simply go to the body of the LaTeX, just open 1 and 2. Okay, if you already finalize your chapter 1 and chapter 2. So you can just open these two and edit the content for the chapter 1 and chapter 2. And you can see how nice it appears on this side. Okay, so to get this PDF after we compile, actually it already here in the same folder as all your text file. Just find the PDF sample thesis. So this is the thesis that which is the final product. So this is where you submit to examiner, and also where you make it into a hardcover thesis, your final thesis. Okay, you see? So it looks nice. Everything is here. And then we have the bookmark. So it makes the life the examiner easy to click if they want. Okay. And then the introduction also is also here, the bookmark. And then you can open the section also. So everything is here. From LaTeX to PDF is very nice, you can see. But when you copy from Word to LaTeX, it takes some time to format. But the final product is very nice. So that's why I prefer use LaTeX for all my journal article, my thesis during my PhD, and so on. and some of your senior already begin to prepare their thesis using LaTeX. Okay, so so what I can say, your senior who use LaTeX to prepare the thesis, they can easily pass the Viva, and after the Viva, they do some minor correction and just submit in a short time. No need to change the Word file, because believe me, after you submit your thesis to examiner and then the examiner give you the report, after you do all the correction, believe me, the table 1, for example, originally in page, okay, let's say the table 1 is here, but once you add the correction, eventually this table 1 is already go to the second or third page. So all the numbering will be gone. Okay, so that's the one thing with the Microsoft Word lah. So remember, for the preparing your thesis, Word file is for your drafting, regardless the format you want to use. But when you want to format it before you submit to final examiner, then you need to use LaTeX. But it's optional lah. I encourage you to use LaTeX because of the style and the final product is nice. But if you want to use Word for the final thesis, then it takes a lot of your time, especially after the correction, believe me. All right, so I think that's all. I want, if you have any question, you can ask in the chat